What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Man here, welcome back to another detailed route analysis. Today we're gonna take a look at Donkey Kong Jr., an 8A Plus classic of Leonidio, of the Nevada sector, Leonidio's highest sector. The route was bolted by actually a Austrian couple, as far as I know, Angie Eiter and Bernie Rüch. Angie Eiter, by the way, first woman to climb 9B. So they were here and put up this line, amazing line, very interesting. As you can see, I'm still discussing some beta here on the ground. The main motivation for me, or the main reasons why I wanted to try a flash on this route, was because firstly, I knew that all the quick draws were in, and this is something that always helps a lot, especially on overhanging routes like this for on-sighting or flashing, because yeah, it's obviously a lot less pumpy if you don't have to lock off all these holes so much while putting the quick draws in. And also carrying up 10 quick draws, such a steep line, can make a really significant difference when it comes to also finger strength and pumpiness, you know, because you have to carry some additional weight on every single move. And the second reason was that someone else was trying this route as well at the same time, so I could leech some beta there. I could actually check out some beta while this person was trying the route, and this was really helpful, I have to say. So yeah, let's try and analyze this route a little bit as I'm going through. As you can see, it starts off with a tiny little slab. Then comes a short section of more vertical climbing, which is where I'm at right now. Just really small crimps, but you know, nothing too bad, because it's still very vertical and you can step away a lot of weight with the right stepping technique. And then we get the overhanging. When the overhang starts, so to say, there is one more knee bar, which I knew from the guys who tried the route before me. And then comes actually a boulder. This I knew as well, and I knew a couple of holes on the boulder. I'm gonna show you later. Then I knew there would be a big major rest pretty much in the middle of this big roof there, with another knee bar obviously. And then there is coming this very interesting slopey white rail of tufas, which is coming down there in this roof. And this is a really significant feature, I think, because below of this rail is pretty blank, and above of this rail it's blank as well. So the line really crosses through this blank roof there. Yeah, and featuring a lot of tufas. Should be an interesting climb. And what I knew from the guys who tried the route and did the route before me was that this is basically the endurance part of the route. So should I manage to flash through the initial boulder, which is coming after the vertical part, right, I would have pretty good chances, let's put it that way, if I would have the ability to come down at this big rest, to just simply go through the endurance part if I don't make any major mistakes. So let's see how that worked out. As you can see, we're grabbing here some kind of big tufa which is coming down there, which marks the end of the vertical section of the route, so to say. And I knew that at the end of this tufa you could actually use it for a knee bar with your right knee. I'm carrying 2 knee pads up this route, which is something that I usually don't do. I really don't like climbing with knee pads. I feel they restrict the freedom of movement a little bit of the legs, and usually I'm not the kind of guy who rests like 10 minutes in one knee bar, right? I'm the kind of guy who tries to keep up the flow, tries to avoid too much resting. But yeah, apparently on this route I really got the recommendation to carry 2 knee pads with me, because they should be very useful. And the guys were totally correct about this, as we should find out. So here I'm in this right knee bar. You can't really see it because it's on the other side of my body. I just got in the last quick draw before the overhang starts. So now I would like to take a look at the boulder. We've got this pocket here, which is for the right hand, or actually for the left hand, sorry, to be able, no, this is for the right hand, to be able to cross over in the next one with the left hand. And then we've got this side pull here with the right. And this orange little thing here should be the foothold, which allows for a knee bar to be able to get this quick draw in with the right hand, everything still. And then right hand goes onto the side pull there, left hand onto this big slot up there, and then right hand again into this undercling. So in terms of hand holds, I knew all these holds pretty well from the ground, from checking out the route from the ground, and I also knew this knee bar. So let's see how well I do with this much of information and trying to execute the beta. So shaking out one last time in this knee bar before the boulder starts. I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit so that we can actually see what's going on. The right hand goes into the pocket first. And there I knew I had to place a heel hook with the left heel onto this slopey thing that we had before. Good pocket, so I just use it for a little shakeout. Crossing over into the next pocket. Again, these pockets are pretty decent, so they allow for some short shakeouts before you do the next move all the time. It's only very overhanging, so that way, yeah, you shouldn't waste too much energy there, too much time there. So we're stepping the foothold there, trying to sort the knee bar in, but you know, you kind of have your right hand where you wanted to have the knee bar ideally. So it's kind of suboptimal. Getting the quick draw in, very important here because we don't want to swing back into the vertical terrain. Right hand side pull, and here I'm having trouble putting my feet, and here I'm finding kind of improvising style this drop knee, and this really saved this move for me, because actually for me this was the hardest move in the whole route, and I almost dropped there because I had to go for this slot dynamically, but thanks to the drop knee I could stick it, and yeah, that was a really awesome moment of this flash. So here these holds are already quite good. Again, as you can see, they allow for little shakeouts in between the moves. If that is possible, you should always do it because it really postpones the arrival of the deadly pump, so to say. So shakeout move. Footholds get quite good here again as well, and here we are finally able to grab the big rest up there, this big hole. So at this point I was kind of happy because for me, my goal was to flash the boulder at least, right? I mean, what's gonna happen on the endurance part? I did not know too much in terms of beta there. I just knew that I had to do a heel hook again with the left foot once I'm traversing out of the big rest into the endurance section, right? That's pretty much all I knew, and that all of these tufas that are coming down there are not too bad, right? So let's see what we're gonna do with this kind of information. First of all, we have to rest. I spent quite some time in this rest. Actually, I spent around 14 minutes in the route, and of these 14 minutes, 4 minutes I spent in this rest, trying to figure out how to rest properly. I couldn't find the very good knee bar that is supposed to be there to be able to get almost a no-hander. For me, this was kind of a pumpy rest, and yeah, I wasn't able to get back to 100%, but I had the feeling at some point, okay, let's just go for it. I don't want to stay there any longer. So as we can see, trying to traverse into this funky looking slopey tufa rail there. So we're going to the right, and as we're going to the right, we can utilize the rest from before as a heel hook actually with the left foot. And as you can see, you're always basically doing a move and then replacing the heel hook, doing a move, replacing the heel hook. So probably we have to get the right end of the slot here with left, obviously, to have the most reach for the right hand then, because we actually want to go all the way on the other side to this big tufa that's coming down there. So here you get a pretty good chance to clip the next quick draw. That's why I'm going for it. Again, replacing the left heel hook, stepping, and I think now comes a big move to the right, if I'm not mistaken. Replacing the heel hook one more time, but yeah, not really getting anything out of it. And here I'm actually doing a mistake, which is letting go of the heel hook. And it's just so with these situations that because there is really nothing below you in terms of footholds, and you only have these tufas, or almost nothing at least, is if you let go of your heel hook or anything high that you have for your feet, whether it's a knee bar or a heel hook, it becomes really pumpy extremely quickly because it's actually super overhanging here. You can't really see it from the perspective, but it's super overhanging. So if you're just stepping below you in a central manner, you're getting a lot of weight into your hands. Like I'm doing it here, I'm just trying to step these footholds. I'm having to hold on super hardly here on these tufas. What I should do instead is looking for knee bars all the time. As you can see here, super high feet. I'm really pressing myself into these tufas, trying to find something to make it feel better. Then trying to shake out the hands in between. What I should do again here all the time is keep that left heel hook. Keep that left heel hook. Here I get a knee bar with right, luckily, but despite that, it feels super hard here. I'm not knowing exactly where I have to grab. Again, stepping here, pressing myself into these tufas, and it gets super exhausting that way. I was pretty exhausted at this point, trying to get and I mean, it looks really solid, I have to say. Now when I look at it in hindsight, it looks kind of solid, but I was super exhausted there. Finding another knee bar for the left, which feels quite exhausting as well. And here I'm actually getting the tip that there is a knee bar on the left. I mean, trying to find a knee bar with right, sorry. I found a knee bar with right, but now this one with left is a lot better. And this tip I got from the ground, essentially, from the guys who did the route, checked out the route before me. And this knee bar probably saved the ascent to some degree, because it allowed me to shake out here one more time before the last little sequence, so to say, around the corner into this big hole around the corner, where the anchor actually is of the first pitch of this route. The anchor of the 8A plus pitch, so to say. So now I'm rechecking one more time the beta. I'm figuring out that I have to get this sloper up there with left to be able to go all the way around the corner with the right hand. I figured, yeah, it's gonna be probably a bigger move, so I rather recheck the beta with the guys on the ground, because yeah, I don't want to slap to something that I don't see, right? Because you can give away an onside or a flash really easily that way, just making one stupid slap of a move which you could have done statically to something that is nothing in reality, and then you're gonna slip off and just fail, right? So here I'm figuring this sloper is actually kinda bad, but it's the best up there, really high up. And then compressing myself into these two things here. Left heel hook again. This time I did it correctly. Grabbing with the right hand, and now I think I'm grabbing further, trying to find a way, so to say, to let go of the right hand. Here I'm trying it with this heel hook, but it doesn't really allow me to go there statically. So I'm pressing myself in here with the knee bar again and pushing with the left foot, and this way I can grab around the corner statically, which is not such a bad side pull really. Then you can cross over into another not so bad side pull, and finally you're arriving at the undercling of this big hole there, which is where you really can get your feet in, and there you can clip the anchor. So this was the 8A plus pitch. I was pretty happy about making it to there, but I thought, hey, why not try the 8B extension, which is there as well, right? There is supposed to be an 8B extension, a weird boulder problem, like 2 more quick draws or something, to a higher anchor, which makes 8B in total. Yeah, and as you can see, you can get some sort of rest here when you know how to do it, if you know how to place a good knee bar there. I'm trying my best. Again, I'm not a professional knee barer, so yeah, I'm not really getting 100% out of this rest probably. But yeah, trying my best really, and then deciding to go for this last crux, where you have essentially a really weird stand-up situation out of this rest. Standing up out of this rest is the crux essentially, and up there you get these slopey pockets, which you can see, I think, from here already. I checked the route out after I failed, which is what's gonna happen in a second. After I fail, I checked it out a bit more, and it turns out it's actually not that easy, getting into these slopey pockets, and then also a couple more moves on these slopey pockets. Let's see what I'm trying here. Undercling side pull with right. Here you get the opportunity for a really nice drop knee there, but as you can see, my right foot is far too low here. So first of all, get the right foot higher, then try the drop knee again to be able to reach something, but then my right hand slipped out of this undercling side pull. And then basically a torturous dangling motion starts where I'm trying to get back to the wall because it's so overhanging. I was quite happy with the 8A Plus Flash. Alright, I hope I could illustrate the route somehow to you. I hope it was interesting. I'll see you soon in the next one, guys. Bye.